Okay, so today we are going to make a heart block. It's pretty simple, and it'll be just in time for Valentine's Day. So you need to cut, this will make a 12, well, eventually it'll make a 6.5 inch by 6.5 inch block, but if you group four of them together, it'll make a 12.5 inch by 12.5 inch quilt block, and you can stagger them, make different colors, and do all kinds of different stuff with them, and it'll be pretty. So to do it, you need to cut a 3.5 inch by 6.5 inch square, and you'll need two of those. You need to cut two 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch squares, and one 3.5 by 3 1/4 inch rectangle. And so what you will do is, if you can eyeball it, that's okay. I'm not necessarily the best eyeballer. And so you will draw a line from corner to corner on the diagonal, just like that. So I have that, and these will do the same way. You draw it on the wrong side. This fabric, you can't really tell, but it has a right side and a wrong side, but they look very, very similar. So I'll just do it right here. This does create some waste. You could technically like draw a template and use it. You would just need to add the 1/4 inch the 1/4 inch seam allowance here, so your triangle would be like kind of like that, and it would have that little 1/4 inch edge. Okay, so first we will put this here, and then I'm going to sew this here, and then I'm going to trim this corner off. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's take it to the sewing machine. Okay, so now we're just going to sew directly on that line. Just like this. And now I am going to go back to the cutting mat and trim it. Okay, so here's the line right here, and I am going to measure a 1/4 inch away from that line and trim that corner off. And so you can sew these together and save these for something else, or you can just pitch them. And so this needs to be finger pressed open, or actually pressed. And then now we'll take this block and put it right here, just like this. We're gonna go back to the sewing machine, and I'm gonna sew it right here on this line, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna trim it. Okay, so now we are going to sew this right on that line we drew, just like that. Do you not love a cutter? I love it. It's just nice. I really love it. Okay, so now we're going to take this and trim this corner off. Okay, so we are going to trim that off right there, just like that. And again, you can save those, but I don't know that it's necessarily the right thing or the best thing. Okay, so now we're going to put this here, just like that. I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to sew on this line. And let's go to the sewing machine. So we're just going to sew on that line right there, right off the edge, and cut it. Cut the thread. I love that. That's such a handy little feature. All right, so now we're going to go and trim this off, and then I'm going to press it, and then we're going to come back and I'll show you how to put it all together. Okay, so we have this side of the heart, and now we need to make the opposite side. So we're going to do this all the same way with these pieces, except kind of in opposite directions. So this will go down first on this corner, and then we'll trim it off after we sew on the line. And then we're gonna do this one on this corner, and then we'll trim it off and after we sew the line. And then we're gonna put this piece right here, just like nope, not like that, because that would be backwards. Well, I drew the line on the wrong way. The line needs to go this way. So, I drew the line on the wrong way, and so the line has to be this way because you have to sew on it in the opposite direction, and I did it like this. And so then I had the brilliant plan of just drawing another one, but when I was looking at it, it kind of shows through because this is a light colored fabric. So I'm just going to make a whole new one. So I need 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. And all that racket in the background is my wonderful family. They're making popcorn and watching movies and doing all sorts of stuff tonight. Alright, so I'm going to put this here so I'll remember to draw the line the correct way. So I'm going to line this up corner to corner and draw my line. Okay, so I'll sew this together. I'm going to trim it all, I'm going to press it, and I'll be back. Okay, so I sewed these together and I have pressed this, and so now I want to square it to 3 1/2 by 6 1/2. And so I mainly just want to make sure I have those edges all nice and straight. And so let's see. It's gonna be fine. And so maybe a little small. Okay, so now I need to sew these two together. So this and this, I'm gonna try to line up. And this and this, I want to try to line up. Like that. Okay, all right. So let's sew this together on the sewing machine. Okay, so here is this, and of course I'm using a 1/4 inch seam. Some people may want to pin this. I'm not a pinner, and so, but when you're not a pinner, sometimes you get, my daughter just asked me, so what happens if you mess up? And I said, well, we just do it again until you get it right. And so now we have this cute heart block. Let me press it right quick and fix this little ruffle I put in it. And
how do you fix it?
Well, this so to fix that little ruffle, you can take that stitching out right there, and I'll put this on the bottom because the bottom feeds faster than the top. And so when you have something that's a little bit big on one side, you just put the big part on the bottom. And there, and see the little ruffles gone. Okay, so let me go and press these seams and we will look at this block. So after you have pressed the block and the seams and have it nice and flat, then you have this wonderful heart block. And this is really nice, and the hearts would all connect, and it just looks really sweet in a quilt block if you do it, especially in groups of 4. You could also add sashing or whatever you wanted. But this is a fun little way, especially if you like working with triangles, to make a simple heart block. Looks kind of complicated, and I don't know, I really like it. So if y'all try it out, let me know what you think.
I hope this helped y'all guys.
Are you getting embarrassed? Is this an outtake?
This is an outtake.
Okay.
I'm trying this.
Okay. Go ahead and do it again. 3, 2, 1.
No. Another outtake.
Okay. You're wasting phone memory.
Okay. Why?
Rebecca has been the one that's been recording my video.
Yeah, I cannot do this.
Why? No, she says that I have to give this whole spiel after video's over. What is it?
Yeah.
Do it. Where is it? Get the block. And tell all the YouTube people.
Yes.
Okay.
Subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell, or else.
Or else what?
Or else one of your quilt blocks will disappear tomorrow.
That is not very nice. Okay, so hold up our quilt block.
This is so weird.
How do you like that block?
It's ugly. The choice of colors are so ugly.
But how do you like the block?
It's okay.
Why do you think it's ugly? It's paint or it's mint and that white
it's okay,
color.
But like, I feel like it looks kind of weird. Like, I just want to know, what is this going with? What is this gonna match?
It's like if somebody wants a mint quilt, like, Heather.
But I wouldn't want hearts on mine if it was mint.
Okay. So do you want to say hit the like, subscribe, and whatever it is one more time, and then you can trim all that out?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
But I can't. 3. Make sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe and like, or else one of your quilt blocks will disappear tomorrow.
That is kind of an ominous sounding threat. Thanks for watching.